morning, John.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting this one. The boy's drinking coffee. Dean's just laughing at everybody because he's going on holiday.
Yeah.
And John's just watching the lads, making sure they earn money. There we go, guys. This is looking very good. Woo, the man's doing it now. I love his mask. Hey, very good there, John. That's very good, mate. One very scary outfit you got on there, mate. We could make a horror movie here.
Trouble is, he's a gentle John.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So we've chosen Civic the 50 from Joe.
Yeah, we've chosen C Victor 50. Thank you, John. Thanks for supplying all of that.
Premium anti-foul, as you know, and it's a self-polishing, and Jotun love to use it in the warm waters. Generally spec it for boats that are going up north into the warm water, or going to do a lot of ocean miles. Civic the 50 loves to run.
Yeah.
Being self-polishing, it may gum up at the dock a little bit if you sit there, but the minute you take it for a run, it all just falls off and keeps cleaning itself. So into your service period, you should really light rub. You should be back to almost primer. Continue to do that every time you anti-foul, every couple of years. You shouldn't get the build-up. You shouldn't need to go through sandblasting.
Right, and John, we used the Viniguard underneath this.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about the Viniguard, mate?
Basically just a tie coat, so it's only a thin lick, but you do need it. When unsure, or we might have different brands of paints exposed, it ensures that you're going to have good adhesion to your old layers. But if there's a risk of any incompatibility at all, we like to put Viniguard on it for the sake of $100 for 5 litres. It just ensures that you're going to get a good service period and good adhesion.
So it's a good adhesion. Is it a good barrier as well?
It's a vinyl primer, so it does have some barrier qualities, but not really while we're using it. We're more using it for incompatibility and adhesion. Underneath the Viniguard is your epoxy layer. With the Jotun brand, that would be your Jotomastic 90 is the current version. It's a high solids epoxy. It's about, I think it's around about 87% solids. That's your osmotic barrier, so that stops any chance of water and osmosis. Wet on wet, 2 coats of that, and then just a quick lick of Viniguard, and then stop, let all the solvents come out of that. Then the next morning, put your anti-foul on. And,
So you've got to wait for a while, like 12 hours or so?
Yeah, it's good just, like, I mean, a lot of the professionals won't, but it's good to just give it time for those solvents to come out. If you go too quick, you end up with what they call solvent bubble. You look along the surface of the paint on the surface is skinned off, but there'll be bubbles coming out where the solvents are actually drying out, and they're causing bubbles. So you don't want that.
You don't spray that on?
No. So you can spray it on, like I said, but most of the time when you do spray it, it kind of spider webs out. So
best to roll it on?
Yeah, rolls on not more even. And get some teeny little pinholes as well.
And, with your recoat window on Viniguard, I think it's about 2 weeks or something. Gives you plenty of time. So next day you can put your 1 coat of anti-foul on in the morning, give it another 6 to 8 hours at 23 degrees, I think it is on the data sheet, and then another coat of anti-foul, and even a third round your leading edges and your waterline, but where you tend to scrub it, If you know you're only out for 5 days, just hose it at the end of each day, once a day. Just keep the resins in soft, so that they're going to react.
Good idea. Good advice there, John. As usual. Thank you very much.
But I'll have a look at it for you.
Yeah, so not only do you supply the product, you come down and watch us putting it on, you give us a whole lot of information.
That's the first one I've used, a spray gun. Thank you, man.
Marine Trade Superstores.
Thank you.
And there's John, the owner, man.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, dude.
Appreciate it.
There's Marn, Cass, applying it. He's a legend. He's a guy I would not want to meet in a dark alley in the middle of the night. There you are. He's trying to lower himself down to make me feel less intimidated. But all good. Thank you, guys.
Quality work. Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's the man. Cheers, man. Thanks for the job, mate. Cheers, eh? Bye, mate. And there's the paint expert, Casey. How are you, my buddy?
Good, how you going?
All good, all good. Casey, so, a lot of us sailors don't really understand. We just see this as paint and we need to do the bottom of the boat, and so let's just do it kind of thing.
Exactly, it's not rocket science, but there is an art to it. There is a reason why there is film builds, certain products, different areas, different buy size in the products, copper loadings and that sort of thing. Somebody asks, which anti-foul should I use? It's all those sort of questions that can be asked. A lot of people don't ask those questions. Where the boat's going to be, what sort of speed you're going to be doing, and that really decides the fact that there's so many different anti-fouls out there. A few simple questions can really help the boat owner get the right anti-foul on the boat to get the performance that they're after. You know, what sort of waters, you know, your colder waters, your lesser powered anti-foul is going to work better. You're going into the warmer waters, you're going to need that higher powered one there. They had different biocide packages, so some do perform better in some areas. Which one should I go? It's like, well, where are you going? What are you going to be doing? What's your expected performance? You know, are you a boat that comes out every 12 months? You're a boat that comes out every 24 months, 36 months. And that really decides on which one it is. You want, also if you're going to be on the hard stand for X amount of time, there's some anti-fouls that need to go on the water straight away. Sea Victor 50, well-known product. It's been put on a lot of cruising yachts, also a lot of super yachts, that sort of thing. It's been around for a long time as well, so that proven performance gives that confidence.
Are people able to discuss their choice of product through you guys?
Most definitely, we're there to help the boat owner, the boat applicator. That's the advantage of the boat works and marine trade supplies as well, as we've got that huge amount of people that we can also bounce off as well.
John, who owns the store, has obviously headhunted you because you have a lot of you have a lot of experience. Luckily, we don't do scalping anymore these days. But
Well, do we know that?
yeah. Well, God only made so many perfect heads; the rest are covered with hair.
Yeah.
But
One more thing. So you asked me earlier the launch times. With Sea Victor 50, the minimum period after you've just painted is 8 to 20 hours at 25 degrees, and the maximum period before launching with Sea Victor 50 is between 7 and 14 days at 25 degrees. So if you do need to come out, it's just at the end of each day, if you can just hose your coating, keep that resin soft.
Good to
Don't
know.
allow it to harden up. If you need to and you miss the window, maybe you're not around the boat and you're at hospital or something, well then all you've got to do is just give it a light sand and reactivate it.
Right.
Before you go back.
Well, that's very good knowing because that happens to a lot of us.
It does.
Guys, you are awesome.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy sailing. We look forward to following your adventure.
Give it to me straight, 'cause I'm listening.
You got to pay, mate.
I have paid, mate. I have paid.
Don't leave the office, Alana.
I paid a lot of money, mate.
No water for you, buddy. No
No, I'm going in the water, mate.
I'll do a haka for you.
Oh, do a haka. I want to see that haka.